for Boisai? What do you see here, Dr. Lin? You see me? Okay, good. Am I too far, too close? All right, so we're holding top line, Daf Chof Tes Amud Aleph. Says the Gemara, Chelu Malim Begzirin. So we're holding. By the way, before we start, I want to say a tremendous Yishur Koyach to our host, the Gashmizdika host, Mendy Auerbach, and his wife. He said there's going to be some serious cheesecake. She worked on it for hours, 2-3 hours at least. No, it's my sukkah. Yeshua, talking about Yeshua put in 7 hours.
Wait till he comes.
I don't know where he is. And I have proof. This morning, at 7 in the morning, he came. We'll show it later. We're putting this together. Zok the Mishnah. We're just continuing. We discussed the different things that happened in the morning in the Beis Hamikdash, and now they're holding by the wood. So they have to start putting on wood. What kind of wood? It says here in the Rishonim they brought very smooth wood. They took the branches off the sides. And they were Mesader Samarocha. Now if you look in the Lashon of the Mishnah, we're middle of the Mishnah. Look at the back and forth here. There's a question. Hein, yes. So the Vilna Gaon says, when's the Vilna Gaon's yard site? Is it today? Third day, tomorrow. Okay, so we're 1 day off. So the Vilna Gaon says that this is a discussion between Rebbe, the Mechaber of the Mishnah, and a Tamid. The Tamid asked him, all wood is good? Yes. Everything is kosher besides that of grapes and olives. But there were some that were better than others. The branches of figs, shel egois, v'shel eitz shemen. So this is interesting. Eitz shemen, it just said a second ago you can't do zayis. So the Mefarish says eitz shemen's wood that burns nicely like oil. See this hamarocha gdola b'mizracha. On the mizbeach, there's machloikis, but let's go with the pshat that there was 3 different fires. This is no good. Oh, this is a blow up of what we already have every day. This is the Marocha Gdola, right over here. It's the large one. This is where they put the Tamid and other korbanos. This is a Marocha Ktana and another one, and we're going to discuss them. So first, they set up the wood in a very specific way.
On top of the mizbeach.
Yes, on top of the mizbeach, as opposed to under the mizbeach.
I mean, it's to be burnt.
Yeah, on top of the mizbeach. Where do they put this? Mizracha, on the eastern side. So if we look over here, this is the east. And if you look closely, this large one is in the eastern corner. East-south, southeast, right over here. Okay. Yeah, this is what we're looking at over here. This corner is the eastern side. Next. V'chaziso mizracha. V'chaziso. This I took from the Mesifta. Whoever is zeicha to use my Mesifta now, we'll see the picture. Chaziso, there's an opening. You see they put the logs like this, and there's an opening underneath. You could stick something in between the wood. It wasn't compressed, the wood. Mizracha would mean that you could see an opening right over here, this way. Okay? This is Mizrach, Ma'ariv. Now this is the Ma'ariv part of it. If we look over here, there's airflow this way. coming from the east. You could stick things underneath. V'roshei gzirim apnimim, but the inside pieces of wood, meaning these guys are inside. What do they touch? This round thing. What is this round thing called? Tapuach. Hoynoigim batapuach. They touched literally or metaphorically, I don't know, something. They touched the tapuach. V'reva choya ben agzirim, and there was space between the logs. Shoyu mitzisim eso aliso misham. They would stick in smaller pieces of wood, and that's where they would grab a fire. You know, like on Yantif, you stick your Shalom Aleichem, you put your cigarette underneath, you know, you try to get to the fire. That's what they did. They chose from the Lishkas HaEitzim, Dira Eitzim, they chose the good wood. Ta'ena Yafim. Who's doing all this? What's his dos? Don't tell me it's Gary again.
That was Gary.
Maybe he has a hearing issue. All right. Who's doing all this? Who's the one who's Zoicha in the Sidur HaMaracha?
The guy that got chose from before.
How do you know?
That's what it said in here.
Psh, this guy comes prepared. So the same guy that won the lottery to do the Trumas Hadeshen, he's the one that also gets to set up the wood. Now he's done with that, and he goes to Maracha Shniya. We're only going to be discussing this one right over here. We're going to forget about this one. But this is the second fire. This is the second bonfire that's going on over here. Why do you need it? Says the Mishnah Laktoiris. We need it for the inside Mizbeach, the golden Mizbeach that's inside the Heichal. Where does it get its coals from? From this mound of coals right over here. Where is it? Ma'aravis Droimus. Ma'arav Doraim. Where are we? This is Doraim. This is Ma'arav. So if you look over here, it's right in this corner. Doraim, Ma'arav. Right over here. Mashuch min ha'keren klapei tzofoin arba amois. So this is what's very interesting. For this, we need a whole chart. Going back to, I think it was Zvachim. There's a Machloikis in Zvachim or somewhere, wherever we learned this. Where is the Mizbeach situated? There's one Mandamar says in the Mefarish that we're going according to the Mandamar that says the entire square of the Mizbeach, forget about the ramp, is in the northern part of the Mishkan. If it's in the northern part of the Mishkan, you take a line, the opening to the Heichal is 10 amos. 10 amos. You split that in half, you want to go in the center, you're left with 5 amos. Now, if you look closely on my little drawing, it's very hard to see, but there's red, blue, green, red. That represents 4 amos that are not usable of the Mizbeach. You have the Yesod of the Mizbeach, you have the Soivev of the Mizbeach, right? If you look over here even, you could see it. I didn't notice, but this would be the Soivev, right at the ledge. But there's also Yesod on the bottom that's 1 amma wide. The Soivev is 1 amma wide. And then you have the Keren right over here, this horn, this thing that protrudes up here is 1 amma. And then you need 1 amma for the Kohanim to walk. A total of 4 ammas. If you put your Maracha immediately after that 4th amma, then you will be Lifnei Heichal. You have to be that this Maracha, so 2 things. We said that the first Maracha, the Maracha Gdoila, if you notice, is over here. This is the Heichal. Where's the Maracha Gdoila? You see this large thing? It's further away. The smaller one is Lifnei Heichal. 2 things. Number 1, it's close to the Heichal, Lifnei Heichal. Number 2, it lines up with the Heichal. It lines up with the opening up the Heichal. How? Because if the entire Mizbeach is in the Tzafain, so we have 5 amos that are from the tzafim means from the halfway point of the heichal. Halfway point is this blue line. Starting from the blue line up, you have 4 amas that we can't use. We can't burn anything on it. So only on the 5th amma, because we have the Yisoid, Soivev, Keren, and the Hiluch HaKoyhanim, that's 4 amas. Only on the 5th amma in this corner, which is closest to the heichal, it's the Lefnei heichal, but it's also opposite the heichal. That's where they put the Marocha Shniya to grab the coals for the Ktoiris. Keneged Marov is Roimis. Moshuch min hakeren klap itself in arba amos. The Mishnah says it's 4 amos from the north. And the Mefarish goes ahead and explains you exactly why it's 4 amos. That includes everything that we just spoke about. Boimed chomesh soin gecholim. The article says that equals about 65 liters of coals. Ubeshaves ba'omet shmoines soin gecholim. There's an extra 3 saw of gecholim. Sheshama yunoisim shnei bezichim levaino shalechem abanim, because we needed to burn the bezichim. There's 2 spoonfuls of levaino. They go on top of the mizbeach in order for us. That's the machshir of the lechem hapanim. The only way you could eat the lechem hapanim is if you are makri of the levaino. Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam she'akol niyeh b'dvaroi. Rabbi, so we got to call a few more people because there's less people than yesterday, and that's not good. Trying to outdo Avi here. Yishkoyach Avi for yesterday, Yishkoyach Mendy for today, Yishkoyach Menachem Mata for tomorrow, and Yishkoyach Chaim Kornbluth for Friday morning. Game's on. I don't know if you noticed, each day has to be a little different than the day before. You can't imitate it, you have to come up with something. Today's cheesecake and other stuff. And tomorrow is going to be babka, the famous babka that a lot of people have been asking. That's why other people wanted to do it, but people said no. Babka. And we're going to see Chaim Kornbluth has a special surprise. Yeah, the granola, the famous granola. I wasn't a mechutzev to request anything. But there's other people, pancakes, granola, and the famous babka. Okay. Mendy's wife, seriously, she spent hours, at least 2, maybe 3 hours, drizzling the caramel on the cheesecake, fregnished. All right. Did anybody wonder yesterday, where is Noam Fix? That's a problem. You got to call, I know, but you got to call him up. Somebody has to text him right now, he has to come. I don't care. Did anybody wonder, yesterday we were talking about the Ivarim that weren't cooked or burnt out completely, so you took them, you put them on the side of the Mizbeach. If there wasn't any room on the side of the Mizbeach, you put it on the side of the Mizbeach. And then what? It just sits there and spoils. What rats? What happens? Nobody wondered the Shaila. Baruch Hashem, nobody asked me a question, but if they did, Menachem would know the answer, because it says over here in the Mishnah, Ivarim v'abdorim shleinis aklu mi ba'erev. Okay, all those Ivarim that we discussed yesterday, you put on the side of the Mizbeach. I actually think it's a phenomenal idea, Menachem. If all of a sudden you come up from the side of the building, you know what I'm saying? But nobody look, when the drone shows up, everybody pretend you don't see it. Now you return it to the Maracha. And there's a machlokes rishonim, when do you put it on the Maracha? Because as we said yesterday, I hold you don't have to eat. I'm a gronik, just when you come into the sukkah.
It's a bit late.
Yeah, it's better later than never. So there's a machlokes rishonim if it comes before the Tamid, because we said the Tamid is the first thing. On the other hand, these are Ivarim that are already halfway done, 3/4 cooked. So you just continue what you started yesterday. The other rishonim say it's not a problem. The Mefarish over here goes into it at length and he says you can't do it before the Tamid. And they lit them on fire. Yardu ubo lohem lilishkas hagozis. Now the kohanim, they go to lishkas hagozis. Why? What's lishkas hagozis? Lishkas hagozis is kodesh and not kodesh. And we're continuing with the lotteries. There's more lotteries going on. However, it's not proper to do lotteries inside the Azara. Why? Because if you remember, the lottery entails this guy or one of the people to take off his hat. And he's Perua Roish, he's inside the Azara without a yarmulke. Not good. That's one of the reasons. Also, because when you have a circle like this, you're facing, somebody's going to be facing the Heichal, his back is going to be facing the Heichal. That's also not proper. No covered. So Memela, they moved on to the Lishkas HaGazes, which doesn't have so much Kedusha, has some Kedusha, but the lottery took place in the Kedusha part. And Memela, that's why it says in the Mishnah, Yardu Avo Lahem Lishkas HaGazes. Oh, beautiful. Nice. I got a lot of mileage out of this chart. If anybody wants this chart, you can buy it in the Old City, in Mechona Mikdash. The guys that created that menorah that's right in front of the Churva. Anyways, if you look over here, Menachem is pointing out that this is Lishkas HaGazes. Half in here, and half in Dezes Nashim. Fine. Zok the Gemara. Omar Rava. No. Omar Rava, yeah.
The guy with the yarmulke, why is it important to know where it starts?
I also had this trial. It's a good thing you're asking. Right. I don't know. Maybe it took time to start. Maybe I don't know. I have to find. As I was saying it, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know. Why?
No, because
Why?
there's a mistake.
Why? Start from here. Continue. No, it seems like you have to know where to end.
Count. If you lost count, he knows where to start again.
Okay.
Otherwise, he only.
כן, אבל הוא עסוק. יש לו... He has some Shmir's Dharm thing going. Oh my love, this that we said yesterday. Going back to yesterday, there's 300 kur. I finally saw here in the Rishonim that they say literally 300 is a lashon of Guzma. Anytime it says, not any time, but many times in Shas. But I also remember many times it says 400 is also Guzma. 400 barrels, 400 this, also 400 parsa. The 300, gets to 300, 400. Omarava, Guzma. The Mefarish goes out of his way to explain why it's a Guzma, because it's impossible physically to have 300 kur on such a small area on a Mizbeach. And he goes, every time the Gemara now says Guzma, he goes into why he thinks it's a Guzma. Not because it doesn't make sense so much, because it literally physically can't happen.
90,000 liters.
90,000 liters. Ishku Satam, how did you come up with that?
The calculation.
Yeah, kur is how much?
Look it out. They call the calculation.
90,000 liters. Okay, Shkoya. Hishku Satam, because tomorrow's daf is going to have, and we had this, I don't remember when, but half a year ago or so. Somewhere.
How big was the Mizbeach?
Yeah, 22, 32 by 32, 32 by 32.
It's actually.
But the center,
It's actually an exact figure.
what?
300. The Mizbeach was 26 by 26.
All the way to the top.
Where they put that.
Where they could do it, because
26
mine,
times 26.
Yeah.
Is 676.
yeah.
Okay? You deduct 1 for the Aish, you get 675. Now 300 core is 30 saw, so that's 9,000 saw. The mikveh is 40 saw,
Mm-hmm.
right? A mikveh is 3 cubic amos. So that means that 9,000 saw is 675. If you multiply core is 30 saw, yeah?
So why is it a
A
Guzma?
mikveh is 40, so you have to, it comes to exactly 670.
So he's saying that it's not a guzma because of the Mefarish, it's a guzma because they said it's a
What
guzma.
they say is that it's a guzma because, we have to say as well, the 26 by 26 is square amos, and the height of the offer could be up to the top of the terrace, that's another amos, so you get 675 cubic amos. Yeah? But that would mean that everything is absolutely full.
And square.
And that's impossible because it's impossible. That's why it's a guzma. It's a
But a guzma seems like it's like wow, it's like 10 times more than. According to what you're saying, they're off by one liter because they can't get the edges. That's a guzma. Oh, you're a magzim. It's not a million. It's 900, 900. Okay, fine.
The Milner Gaon says the same about the curtain. The curtain.
They said it's a guzma.
So it says in
You're spoiling everything. You're spoiling the end of the movie here. You jumped ahead.
No, but it's exactly the same idea.
Yeah.
The Milner Gaon says that the curtain was 40 amos.
Chaval, it's not his yard side today. Yeah.
40 by 20 amas, so the circumference is going to be 40 plus 40, 20 plus 20, it's 120. If you take 5 tefachim on the hammer, yeah, it means that the circumference is 600 tefachim. So 300
And 2 Yeah, we had this once. I said this once in the shir.
So the 300
Right.
But why is it good for her? Because it's impossible for
Exactly.
to put and to put it into the mikveh without falling into
I did. I said the goyin. 100%. I said the goyin. Rabbi Shomberg, did I not say this goyin once in shir? Yeah.
Put this in 8 minutes.
Oh my Rava. Okay, so it says tomorrow's Mishnah. It says that they gave the carbon tamid every morning to drink from the golden kois. Why? Because water is good it's easier to take off the hide. So Omarova Guzma, they didn't give him a golden cup. They gave him a copper cup that looked like gold. Omar Rabami Dibra Torah Lashon Havai. This is where I get it from Rabbi side. This is where I get my heter from to be magzim a little bit. When I say my ma'aseh shekamataya, it says the Torah sometimes talks like humans to a little bit of an exaggeration, not a sheker, to mamchish the story, to explain what happened. Dibru Nevi'im Lashon Havai, Dibru Chachamim Lashon Havai. How do we know? Dibru Torah Lashon Havai d'chsiv. It says by the Meraglim in Eretz Yisrael. Orim Gdoilos Ubtzuris Bashamayim Kasokadaitach. You think these cities went up into the sky? El Guzma. Dibru Chacham Lashon Havai Hoda Amaran. This exact thing that we said about the 300 kur, Tapuach, this 300 kur. Vishkus Atomei Bekoshel Zov. So Chachamim in the Mishnah were magzim. Dibru Nevi'im Lashon Havai d'chsiv v'chol ha'ma'aretz mechal mechalilim. It's talking about when David HaMelech was mamlich Shlomo. He realized that they want to take over the melucha, so he right away ran and grabbed Shlomo and he made him a king. It says Vati boka ha'oretz l'koilam. Here, a little bit to the side, yeah. Vati boka ha'oretz l'koilam. So just because there was a few klei negina doesn't mean that the earth opened up wide. Again, tremendous siyata d'shmaya. Like Baruch Hu put this mesechta right here in this tkufa of Yom Kippur and Sukkot. It gives us a geshmak, a little break for preparation, it goes together with everything else that we're doing. So Iz Mechulik, Rabbi Yadai ben Achmeni says, Tapuach gefenu paroiches. There's no mention in what he's saying in terms of the Tamid drinking out of a golden goblet. It says the tapuach, okay, that agrees to Rava. Gefen is a whole other thing, and paroiches, which the Gemara is going to explain. La Apukim in the Rava, come to exclude the goblet, the snan. Hishgus atome bekoshel zov, amarava guzma, komash melon hani in hosam loy. It's not true. The carbon tamid would drink from a golden goblet. In anius b'mokam ashirus, you don't give the animal to drink from a simple silver cup when you can give him a golden cup. In the Beis Hamikdash. In anius b'mokam ashirus. Tapuach hodamor. We all know what the tapuach is and what the guzma is. 300. Although Rabbi Shomberg ruined for us, he says it's not such a guzma.
It is.
It's a guzma because it comes out to 599 kur, and the Mishnah says 600, a tremendous exaggeration. What?
There is an accurate thing in Old Chazal, but it's a good.
Right, exactly. No, that's what I know. That's what he's saying. If the Chazal wanted to say, they said a number that actually could possibly fit. If you square it out and you sit there and do it. But it never happened. It never was a perfect square of ashes that added up. That's why it's a guzma. Yeah. Gefen desanyo, gefen zov, hoyso yimedes al pesach ha'echol. Umudlo agabe klunsois. It's interesting that the Rosh brings down that Shlomo HaMelech planted a golden vine, and golden grapes used to grow out of it, and he would pick his gold. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but Shlomo HaMelech did. Gold used to grow out. So in the second Beis Hamikdash, they try to imitate it, knowing that gold is not going to come out, but they planted a vine over there in the same spot. And anybody that wanted to bring in a dava, either for plating the heichal or whatever it was, a gargir or a eshkol, he would mush his gold into some sort of grape, maybe the toilaba, and hang it symbolically on that vine. Omer Rebbe Lazar holding Daf Chav Tesam Beis. Omer Rebbe Lazar Rebbe Tzadik Ma'isa Hoyo. There's a story of an Nimro Leh Shalosh Meos, and Shalosh Meos, you got to be careful. Once you hear Shalosh Meos, you start wondering. Shalosh Meos Kohanim Lefanois. So it took 300 Kohanim. So he goes into this whole thing. It can't be 300 because it was so large it would break. Again, he's trying to explain it logically why it's a guzma. Maybe there's so much gold. No, it can't be so much. Paroiches, what's the guzma of the paroiches? It's not. Paroiches, what just happened? Okay. No, I was worried. I thought maybe somebody gave me. It's a different hour. In the morning, I turn off my phone, but now the phone is not off. I thought maybe somebody might have called me and shut off the video. Okay, Baruch Hashem didn't have. Don't call me now. Says the Gemara, what happened with the Baruchas? It was a tefach thick. Al shivim ushnayim nimim neregis. 72 strings. Val kol nimo eser v'arba chutim. So it says there's 6. There was 4 strands really. There was tchelis, argamon, tulashoni, and sheish. And each one of those was made like our tzitzis. Ours is made out of 8. Each one of the tchelis is made out of 6. The telash is a 24 strand of string. I'm going to be the first one to look at that drone, I think. All right. It was 40 by 20 amo. So there's different gersois here. Is it 820,000 strings or 820,000? Like the Marsh says, it costs that much, 820,000 golden coins or whatever. Or there's a simpler pshat here. He brings down 82 girls made it. Girls meaning, like we had in the Mishnah, the youngsters are a riboy. So there were girls because they weren't nidos. They didn't have a tumas nido when they were making it. Ushtayim, they would make 2 of them a year. Says the Goyim in Vilna, there's 600 tefachim around. So Memela, a tefach is your fist. So it's possible that 300 kohanim held on to it. There's room for 600 fists. But it's still a guzma because 300 kohanim were not holding, they're not standing like this and pushing each other to put in the mikvah. So it gets it was 150 kohanim, whatever it was that took to dunk this in the mikvah. Why? For Tumah, how does it fit with the Pshat of the Mefarsh that there weren't Tamid B'chlal, and the fact that it's for Mechuber is supposed to be for a wall? I don't know exactly. But because they were worried about some sort of Tumah, before they used it, they threw it into the mikvah. Heichelu malim b'gzirin l'sadir samarocha v'chulu chutz mishal zayis mishal gefen. They wouldn't use olive wood and grape wood, vines. Hani my time, why not? My time aloi. Because they have knots in them. As we're going to see in the Gemara, ktiri is a lotion of knots. It's also a lotion of smoke. The knots smoke up. Nice wood that doesn't have knots. If you would allow people to bring vines and olive trees, that's our main thing that we see here. What's going to happen? People are going to start chopping down their vines. They're going to chop down their olive trees, and we're not going to have any oil and wine. Basically, how could that be? Dr. Lynn, what just happened to my thing? It's good still? Okay. What kind of, these are good woods that don't have smoke, they don't have knots, and they don't have these knots within inside them. Are all trees good? Everything is good. Besides the olives and the grapes. But they would try to prefer to use some sort of nut tree and a fig tree, and according to the Mefarish, either it means some sort of like a fire samoin tree, or a tree wood that burns nicely like oil. Rebbe Lezer Moisef Afshal Mayish Nobody knows what that is. V'shel aloin,
Berry tree.
some sort of what?
Sort of berry tree.
But our scroll says no. We don't know what it is. I don't know. I go with the art scroll. And Rashi says aloin is an oak tree.
Look on Wikipedia, you'll find it's very.
Yeah. Maish. Okay. V'shel dekel, v'shel choru, v'shel shikma. So these are the trees that they use. Dekel, dates. Choruv, shikma. Choruv is also boxer. Isn't that what Rav Shimon Bar Yochai ate in the?
Yeah.
Ate in.
Taina and Karuf, they grow very, very quickly. You can cut them down manually and within a year they grow back up.
I thought the choruv takes 70 years to grow.
No,
Your fruit.
To give fruit.
You can look at
Okay.
in my garden. 70 years old now.
Beseder, nobody look, drones coming. Bishlev el man dom, Mishum diktiri. Everybody turns around at the same time. Bishlev el man dom, Mishum diktiri. Bokem ifligi. If you're saying that the shiloh is because there's knots and not knots, so there's machloikis. The Maharsov Avagav, Bloik Tir Migavoy, there's no knots inside of these woods. Kivin Tir Mibroi, since there's knots on the outside, the Masin, you don't bring it. Or Maharsov Akivin Bloik Tir Migavoy, since there's no knots on the inside, Avagav the Mibroi Ktiri Maisina. So that's the machloikis. Do we care about the knots on the outside or not? What if we care so much about what's going on? Yaakov, do not look, or else I'll have to put you in the corner. That can be less pay. Can't control himself. We have to pretend that we're learning. Everybody go like this now, at the same time.
You know I have a microphone.
Yeah.
That all comes off and everything.
Little brother is looking, big brother is looking, watching. So how can you bring a palm tree? You're rooting all the palm trees, there's no more dates. We said a palm tree gives off $5,000 worth of dates today, even more. $5,000 to $15,000 a tree. It's a big problem for Yishuv Eretz Yisrael. What about a fig? You said the best wood is fig wood, the branches of figs. Let's stop here. Why not? In the middle of a sugya. So we're talking about trees that don't give off fruit. As of right here is good. The Olam is hungry. Okay, gewaldig. V'samachta b'chagecha, yishkoyach temendi.